We have undertaken, a little while ago, a journey to our greatest life adventure. The first step being 1 month travelling in the beautiful New Zealand South Island. But before all that, we had to get ready. First, we wanted to plan our whole trip. Itinerary, activities. We created this massive Google spreadsheet containing all the information needed that helped us a lot throughout our journey. We wanted a cool project to work on together. We thought having some kind of a boot organizer would be useful for the car not to turn into a big mess after the first day of our trip. We gave some time to the idea to grow. We thought about it a little bit more and designed the whole project. Took measurements, bought the hardware we needed. We've even got to use that badass laser cutting machine. Unfortunately, the plywood we used wasn't the best quality, so the laser wasn't able to cut all the way through. We ended up having to saw some of the parts, but it turned out okay in the end, and it was good fun. We sanded each edges to remove the burnt wood as much as we could. We applied several coats of varnish and then assembled everything. We had the boot organizer. We were ready. Well, not quite. We had to sort out and organize all our stuff now. What to take, what to get rid of. We ran a garage sale the week before to try and get rid of a bunch of stuff we didn't need and gave the rest to charity. We still needed to pack our bags, organize the food for the hike, and most importantly, make sure everything would fit in the car. We were finally ready. It felt unreal. We jumped in the car with Bird and Doggy, our trip companions. The adventure we've been waiting for could finally begin. It was very exciting and a bit scary. A taste of freedom, I suppose. The Blue Lake was probably the most incredible highlight of our trip. It was a sidetrack from our original itinerary, and we ended up walking for 10 hours on that day. Blue Lake, known as the land of peaceful water, is thought to be the clearest fresh water in the world. While only 7 meters deep, the clarity of the lake water can exceed 80 meters, which is close to the theoretically calculated clarity of distilled water. What made that whole experience so incredible to me was the abundance of wildlife we managed to see. One day even, as we were walking up a mountain in the fog and rain, with no hope to see any good views, a family of Kias decided to hang out with us for a bit. They all flew one by one just next to us. They were playing together or scavenging for yummy roots. It's probably on Stewart Island, though, that we went for quite the enterprise. Stewart Island is situated 27 kilometers south of New Zealand's mainland. Its surface is 1,746 square kilometers. Only 387 people live on it, and it counts 30,000 kiwi birds. It was our chance to observe them in their natural habitat. The only problem is that they're nocturnal. Our first attempt to see them consisted in waking up at midnight, wandering silently in the dark, stopping at every noise, listening and looking around. We didn't see any on that night, but we weren't discouraged. We had a plan. We woke up the day after at 4:30 a.m. for a 1.5 hour walk on the single paved road of the island, hoping that this time we will see at least one of them. When you walk in the dark, with the moon and the stars as your only source of light, your brain really gets confused. It tries to make sense of whatever it thinks it manages to see. Every brown, round shapes, big rocks, shadows, look like a kiwi bird. The sun is starting to rise, and we have to go back to our accommodation so we can catch the ferry in time back to mainland. Suddenly, Nick freezes. Is that a kiwi bird? Here it was, a fluffy kiwi bird, 15 minutes away from our accommodation, scavenging for worms, not minding us at all. We froze and stared for as long as we could. This has been one of the most magical moments of our trip. We felt extremely lucky. We went to Akaroa, a village situated on a peninsula close to Christchurch, hoping to see some marine life. Its harbour is known to shelter some colonies of Hector's dolphins. They're only 1.2 to 1.5 meters long and have white and black marks on them. Fortunately for us, they really enjoy using the wake from a boat as a speed boost. I was so afraid to be disappointed if we weren't able to see any, so I didn't let myself get my hopes too high. After only 10 minutes though, here they were. This journey has been quite the challenge. We can say that we were out of our comfort zone most of the time. Sleeping in a tent, living in a car, walking long distances through any type of weather, cooking outside on public spaces, driving a lot every day, packing down, packing up, being always on the go. It's all worth it in the end. In my opinion, one must go through such things to be able to feel this incredible degree of fulfillment and satisfaction.